Okie dokie. Oh, what do we wish to do here? You think that I've got a deep elf win and I've just had it recorded and waiting? Yeah, I'm actually just one of these Sundays, once people get really tired of watching me die endlessly with deep elf, I'm just gonna put in my little tape here. Just pretend to play. Make sure I don't do my hands up strategy at an inopportune moment or else I'll out myself like Snoop Dogg. But you caught me, yeah. Just sitting in the back burner, sitting on the back burner rather, waiting for the day. For when I'm finally sick of just endless misery. Which is not today. So, let's do this. Sandbagging at its finest. Oh, is there any other kind? Sandbagging is always good, right? I'm sure that's never been annoying or misleading in an important situation. Nah. More stories there are circulating, less likely it is the truth can be found out. Pretty good line strat. That is true, actually. I mean, it's a little bit worse when it's the same person telling all the different stories, but I agree with the concept for sure. Make sure there's that dissemination of information so nobody can ever tell what is or is not truth of the matter. So if everyone could just go out into the world, and I need like a quarter of chat to say that I have never lost before a game in my life. This is my first deep elf. I need another quarter of chat to go with the losing for the sake of Prince Cosmo story. Sorry about this. This bit has to be put on hold because we have breaking news. A tentacled monstrosity is in Swamp 1. Excuse me? Game? I take issue with this? How about that? How about that? Well, my tentacled friend, that actually hurt you more than I expected with your resistance to fire. We do have a radiate, so we could actually probably kill this son of a gun. I'm making a bit of a mountain out of a molehill here, but please let my inner drama flag fly here. Sometimes you gotta just dramatize the story a bit, otherwise it's not quite as interesting. Okay, friend, if you could walk this way. Talk this way. Less than ideal. Still bad. And what am I doing with my life? Why am I still in this? You've seen a juggernaut in layer 6? Not for long, probably, right? Just in time to hear a couple of sounds, juggernaut hitting you and you hitting the floor. Because that sounds like an absolute nightmare. Okie dokie. So, I've let myself get constricted. Hydra has also caught up. Again, like I've been saying, God Gamer, of course. Let's see, I wish I had IMB, but we don't. So, let's take one step. Well, 4 heads, 18 damage each. That is what? 32. 40, that's 72. Is that right? 72 total damage. Huh. How about that? Do I use my only blink scroll? Fear won't do the trick. You do too much damage. This looks bad. Constrict is bad. Oh, you're not wrong, you two. Potion Petition does not save us here, even if we get all the healing in the world, so please. One time. Perfect. Yeah, blinking could fail to constriction. Exactly. No, that's what I was very much concerned about. But hey, never didn't have it, of course. Was not concerned in the slightest, of course. Nervous laughter. Lose some color. You were close to the stairs, so he's fine with the Juggernaut, but if you hadn't been, some bolts are scary. Yeah, that's just wild. Absurd. Okay. Hydra's gonna catch up to us. Like, guaranteed. So let's spend a little bit of cash here. You know what? I'll go berserk. That makes it to the stairs in time. Then I just leave. Flight is good. You are not at all incorrect about that. Okay, again, 72 damage is the max that you roll. I mean, what are the odds, you know? I say right before I die. Wait, before I drink that lig, let's actually double check. 27? 27 AC. Should be good enough to irradiate this sucker. Okay, was not good enough to irradiate that sucker, but we still got out of here. Fantastic. Oh, and hello, my tentacled friend. I mean, some people may call you a monster, but I think more of a misunderstood. A tentacled misunderstanding? I don't know, this joke doesn't have legs. Bail, bail, bail. Yeah, maybe we'll have to think about switching to flight if we keep having to retreat, but as for how we take care of this son of a gun, Mind Burst is not going to do it. I don't have any flame ones. Huh. Well, how about that? But I'd like to use Acid and Ice Blast to finish this son of a gun off. Unfortunately, neither of those do great at this range, so let's instead maybe warm up the crowd a little bit. Excuse me? Excuse me, Celebrimbor? Is that the best you got? Because I am not impressed, my friend. Heavily wounded. Let's corrode you. Might have to keep going with corrosion. Oh, maybe not. Saying there's a chance. There we go. Jeez Louise. It doesn't have legs and tentacles. Be here all week, tips your waitress. Oh, I'm glad somebody's out there to make the cute observations. Observations we need in this life. I appreciate it. But okie dokie. Somehow doing okay? How about that? Y'all haven't even peeked at Tomb Panorels. In general, you mean? In the game whatsoever, in the run that you were talking about. Because honestly, you're not missing out much. It's terrifying. Kind of. Pan is fun. I very much enjoy Pan. I love how unique all the different lords are. Like the main 5, is it? Let's get this confused. It's the main 4 Pan lords, and then the demonic one is randomized amongst a few different presets. But them being aside, because they are a bit more like the Hell Lords, where, you know, you have a prescription, you need these resistances, you need basically just Maxwell's Capacitive Coupling as your only spell, and you're good to go. But Pan in general I find really fun, because it's different every time. You never know what you're going to get. Very much an enjoyable trip for me, and that's where I used to do like all of my all my farming. What is with the Swamp One? I'm trying to talk to my friend's game. Stop throwing all this nastiness at me. I mean, Thorn Hunter, don't get me wrong, that's a bit more expected for this region, but both? Imagine if they'd both been on me at the same time. I mean, hot, but terrifying. Well, that's not my usual style of humor for the show, but here we are. Hopefully it's at least subtle enough to go over your children's heads. Pen is the least of all those evils? Agreed, yeah. You can escape pretty much any time, at least kind of. You can head off into the Abyss generally, which if you're going to Pan, generally you're also strong enough to take on the Abyss, so that's probably a-okay. But yeah, I'd highly recommend that one. Tomb is an absolute nightmare. Do not go to Tomb unless you have read up on it. have watched a guide, read the wiki, gone the tips and tricks, because oh boy, can there be many an unexpected way to die at any given moment. Even so, you need to be able to cover any resistances in pen at any given moment. This, yeah, true, ideally. Yeah, I think I've gone in once without, but that was in a run where I was not caring about the runes, so it was okay if I didn't go through, like, the fiery section or whatnot. Punishment for not worshipping Fedes. Oh, that's fair. I mean, I can't help it. I just hate plants. Nature sucks. I'm glad the earth is burning. Honestly, we should probably do all we can to speed up the process. Don't tell r/marijuana enthusiasts, is it? That was from a stream a while back, but I believe that r/trees is the marijuana subreddit, and r/marijuana enthusiasts is the arborist or tree enthusiast subreddit. Because it's hilarious. And I love that. Love that for them. Is peeking at Vestibule of Hell safe? Peeking, yes, but you'll kind of screw yourself over if you plan on returning there. Because generally, everyone's far enough away from your starting point. I don't think there's anyone that can... There might be paralyzed, so you have good willpower. But the issue is that if you let everyone come up to you, you have like the big beasts that can push you off the stairs, so that's rough. Can be pretty painful. But yeah, the main reason why I say it's safe to peek in if you never plan on heading back there is because the second time you come down, you will have just a crowd all hitting you, and there are lots of demons that have reach. And there's also Garyon themselves has reach as well. So you want to be a little bit careful. That is going to be a painful trip down the stairs, but definitely relatively safe to peek. And yeah, if you have a couple of good things, you'll be able to. It can't be stair danced, not consistently. It can be, don't get me wrong, very legitimate strategy, but again, with those hell beasts pushing you off the stairs, you're going to be, you know, stair dancing 4 times, no problems whatsoever. You're feeling good, you're feeling pretty hot, and then all of a sudden you get pushed off the stairs, pushed even further away. They're all on top. Garyon is on top of your stairs, so you have to kill Garyon to escape, and oh gosh, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. We're in such a weird timeline. Oh, I wouldn't have it... I was about to say I wouldn't have it any other way, but I'd like some things to change. Mostly the terrible things. r/trees and r/marijuana enthusiasts, you never change, buddies. That's fantastic. That's the best timeline, really. Let's read this book that has nothing for us here. Yeah, good AC for sure. It's important. Or that dang old vestibule. But, okie dokie. Let's focus back in here, shall we? I'm a very sidetracked boy this evening. Which makes sense. My mind has definitely been everywhere. And I am mentally exhausted, which just makes me a rambler, I find. Instead of becoming like quieter when my brain starts dying a slow and painful death, it instead makes me talk more, but worse. It's awesome. Never backfires in any way, shape, or form, of course. And wand of digging is good to have for the vestibule as hell, as well as flight as an option. You know, I've never thought about a wand of digging for the vestibule. I didn't even think there were diggable walls. For whatever reason, my brain assumed that those were impossible. And you can cheese a lot of monsters with flight over lava. That much is very true, yeah. It's a bit harder to get around them, too. Like, first of all, you have to guess which area Cerebov's domain is going to be, and then you need to chase them across the lava, but still very helpful for even when you're just clearing out that gateway into... What's the fire one? Gehenna. Yes, Gehenna. Tartarus is negative. Cockatus is ice. Dis is... Lodge is everything at once. But, more importantly, another fun unique. Hi, Jorgran. Okie dokie, what do we want to do against you, friend? We do have silence. Whoa. Put my slightly cold hands against my forehead. That's the thing. I'll tell you, having bad circulation to your hands generally sucks across the board. But the one thing, the one bonus, the perk that they don't tell you about, that the doctors don't want you to know, anytime your head gets even the slightest bit of a headache or warm, when you have bad circulation in your hands, you always got your ice pack right there. So that is lovely. Just quickly give myself a 1-over refresh here. Your hands and feet get cold so easily? Yeah, so you might be in the same boat for sure. No, they're always just a wee bit chilly. There was a while that I was living in a house that had a broken heating system. And throughout the winter, it got pretty cold. Fortunately, I wasn't in the basement of the house. It was worse down there. Offset a little bit by the fact that they had a gas fire place. But regardless, it was pretty nasty. It was not a good time for me. I was constantly so cold, and because I was heavily addicted to video games at the time, I couldn't stop myself from playing, and so I'd go through periods of like play game for 10 minutes, warm up my hands, play games for 10 minutes, warm up my hands, and just repeat, putting like thin gloves on for inside the house, all that good stuff. You have been told you can make a good baker. Apparently cold hands are good for dealing with dough and crust. Yeah, a lot less sticky. Right? I would assume. That at least is how it would track in my head, but I'm not actually 100% sure on that. But cool, good to know. I do love baking. Cooking in general, but baking is really fun the few times that I have gone about it. And pan can't be stirred outside, right? No, it cannot. No, you're on a one-way street. It's not quite the same as Abyss, but in many ways it's almost worse. I guess quite textually, because in order to get out of there, you often have to go through the Abyss. Yeah, no, you're going in one-way gate, and then you're hoping you find either a way out of Pan or an Abyss gate. If you go into the Abyss from Pan and then escape the Abyss through a regular portal, you're back where you started. So there are a couple ways out, but yeah, not at all safe. There's no up or down. It's a commitment each and every time. And if you go through a Panlord's domain... Crap, man. The heck, Derek? What the F, Richard? Grasping roots is bad for me. LRD is bad if I walk towards here. Oh me, oh my. In lighter news, cold circulation stops the butter getting hot and crusty, yes. Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Huh. Very cool. You'd have to have some pretty bad circulation in a cold environment, but I could definitely see it working out. Huh. Well, who knew? Maybe that's my calling in life. Gotta drop everything and become a baker. In my family tree, we have bakers. The surname, more so than the profession, but a little bit of both. But okay. Back to the cause at hand here. We're not in a good spot. Scroll of Fog potentially kind of helps us out. You'll step up to us once. We can hopefully escape your vision through the fog. I guess you might not step up to us. You might... Please try and petrify me. That would be ideal. We could alternatively silence, but... Are you in range? Just. I have 5 scrolls. Goodbye. Okay. Oh boy. We have fun here. Oh. Now that gets the blood pumping, but not too shabby. I was initially planning on doing a fog to get through that door to read a teleport scroll. Hope we didn't land anywhere too bad. This worked much more straightforward. It's not often you have a game where you have 5 scrolls of silence by this stage, but it's pretty good. Try to petrify me and fail, please. Please, Sir Jorgren. You handsome deep dwarf you. I've honestly always said that people don't give Jorgren enough credit. He's a pretty cool dude, so why don't you prove that? Prove how cool you are. Wouldn't that be so sweet? You'd be so popular if you just tried to petrify me and failed, please. Also, why are you destroying the whole level, Jorgren? You hear a grinding noise. You hear a grinding noise. You hear yet again another grinding noise. That's Jorgrun taking down walls like a maniac over there. Sorry, we were out of his earshot, right? Because I didn't want him to realize all my compliments were shallow. Just in case you have to charm in the future, it helps to have that little bit of a foot in the door. Get that charming little bit out there. Okay, unfortunately, we've slowed down quite a bit over the last little while here. Running into a lot of problems here. Being more popular if they tried to petrify and succeeded. Stop it. You're gonna let him know. Gonna kill us. Colgate wants us dead. But what do we want to do? So, dungeon. Wait a second. Oh, D13 is annotated. I forget that it gets put up here. We have Jorgrun, not great. We have Rupert in our Orc 2. Could just try Snake. I mean, sure, Snake is often a nightmare for us, but we at least have a Radiate, which helps a bit with a lot of the Constrictors that we find down there, rather. How could this possibly go wrong? Let's dip our toes in at least, shall we? Test the waters, see how she feels. Oh, immediately a Guardian Serpent. Very cool of you, game. Very cool. The D4 exclusion. What is the D4 exclusion? You know what? For science. What have we got? Oh, right. There was initially an iguana in here that we were terrified of, so we dropped it. Let's get rid of that so I don't mistake it with something that's actually relevant and important. I hate this. Hate everything about this right here. What is my best move besides just retreating for my life, which is probably the correct answer in this situation? I mean, we have to get a good roll one of these times. Apparently not. Not today. You only have 44 health. I can at least just try and kill you. Please. Crap. We didn't kill them, but not too bad either. Now the question becomes, do I try to take anyone upstairs with me, or do I risk coming down this stairwell again? That's the main issue with this being such an annoyingly terrifying stage, or a first look into Snake, is that if we leave, we're kind of just kicking that can down the road, and we're gonna screw ourselves later anyway. So, Scroll of Fear is not too bad. You're 2 pip, I'm guessing. You're 1. You're 1? And you are 3. Okay. Fear Scroll at least kind of lightens our load. This buddy's gonna hurt and take a beating. We've already done stuff twice. I think I'm just gonna leave as much as I hate it. Retreat and go kill Ogre and Grinder and just read a telly before coming down to Snake. Reading the telly before coming down to Snake is great. Killing the Ogre and Grinder, I mean, we could. It's funny, I save them for later, but then if I don't go back up by a certain time, I'm just like, is it worth it? What am I even training right now? Just armor. And there's no cap. Oh, we could have been training this for the rest of our lives. That's not good. Even 9 is too high for a -2. What the heck am I doing? Who let me do this? Which of you? Come on. I blame chat. That's the other new strategy we're employing today. First one, of course, gaslight chat into believing that we're a god gamer and have never lost the game. Second strategy, blame chat for everything. It's the perfect duo right there. Name a better duo. I'll wait. But what do we want to learn? Yara's Violent Unraveling, potentially. Transmutation is useful to train anyway for the future. Yeah, that's right, Egley. It is your bad. Oh my gosh. The nerve. The nerve of you people. Supporting my show, showering me with appreciation and affection. And for what? And for what? How dare you? Oh, man. What do I want to do here? Okay, so Swamp has a Thorn Hunter. Is that their name? Something like that. So we have to choose now. Thorn Hunter, Jorgrun, Rupert. Actually, you know what? Talk about it. Rupert might be... Rupert's very scary. But if we can confuse them, we're in a good spot. If we just like teleport away from them and get some distance, we can potentially take care of them. Irradiate should be relatively quick for finishing them off if they're already low. Yeah, that sounds good. First of all, let's take some advice from Colgate here. Let's run up. Might as well. It's not a lot of experience, but it's something. And here are the 2 iguanas that we left behind. Brennan, who wasn't here at the start of the run, we ran into these buddies very early on D4, and then one at a time, brought them upstairs, lucked out on random energy, like instantaneously too, and ditched them. So we have 2 little buddies up here waiting for us. Hello, friends. I also never did turn on transmutations. Let's bring you up to 12, and I guess Earth Magic for statue form is going to be needed. Do I have Flight in Deep Water, Cheese Rupert? I don't think there was any deep water, but we can definitely take a look. There you are, you son of a gun. Now, Grinder, oh Grinder, where art thou? Oh Grinder, oh Grinder. No? No dice, friend? Here, I thought we had something. You son of a gun, you. Can I face you an old-fashioned way? Slightly risky because they could start... Do they have pain or torment now that I think about it? If it's pain, then we're actually probably fine with our current willpower, so never mind. But the Ogier is on D5 here. This one is long overdue because even like the next floor down, maybe 2 floors from here, we ended up having to fight an ogre. Okay, never mind. Get our face absolutely bashed in. Fortunately, we're a fast healer. Otherwise, that bruised ego would take a bit of time to heal up. Humanoid enemies can also be carrying some loot. True. Yeah, generally the loot that I really care about. Ogre's not going to have. Grinder as well. Doesn't wear armor, but they could have wands. There is that. Never a horrible idea to at least try exhausting all your options. That's something that I think I get really lazy with. But the little things do matter. It all adds up for sure. Question is, do I want to re-teleport before coming down here? Let's maybe take a peek to make that decision. We have a Glaive Orc Warrior, and we have Rupert. Right, I can't right-click there. Let's check you out. Dang, Rupert, looking good. There we go. Now that we've checked them out, we can also read about their stats here. Using Paralyzed, never gonna happen. That's good. Optimistic of me, I know. But 2%. Come on, we've only failed at 2% like 3 times in a row max before. What's the worst that could possibly happen? Let's do it though. Okay. You are still manageable. Do I take you upstairs? This might hurt real bad. If you go berserk, we're in an interesting spot. But again, we're not at 1 hit range yet. So this is where I'm kind of preloading my bucket. Let's potion petition. I want haste. That's an expensive haste. Resistance, visibility, and might. No healing. It's gonna hurt. But let's do it. I want to be able to run away from this son of a gun, and then we kill the Batman. That's the French Joker. Fine. Let's confuse the son of a gun. We're still not in 1 hit range. As soon as you start going berserk, I might fear for my life, but never mind, you are dead. Fantastic. We do love to see that here. Here at Torinski Industries, we'd love to see ourselves a dead Rupert. Of this variety, not Grit. Grint is a pretty good guy from what I understand. Casts Objectify Rupert. Oh, my favorite spell in the game. Honestly, an underutilized spell in the current meta. I feel like we should be objectifying more of these beasties. Speaking of which... Dang, Orc Warrior. Apparently I only have one line, but I use it for everyone. Oh, hello, friends. Well, since you've all gathered here together on this momentous occasion, let's do a quick irradiate. And... I'd like you not to be so dazzled by the bling, my Orc Knight friend. I was kind of hoping to... There we go, light you on fire. Get absolutely wrecked. And again, fool, I'm almost out of magic. This is less than ideal. Do I really let the full party gather before venturing forth? Apparently we didn't have to, so that's lovely. We also, embarrassingly, tried to fist fight, well, axe fight, but you know what's the difference when you're a piddly little elven boy. This Orc Knight, and it did not go well, so let's try and recapture some of that pride, what little we can salvage. Fantastic. A la leste. Yeah. Oh, geez, another Orc Knight? I thought I was safe from this world. Just when I wanted out, they pulled me back in. Irradiate should kill enough of you that we're okay. Huh. Honestly worked better than I expected. I said it with confidence, but I did not feel it in my chest. But heck yeah, bud. Okay, I'll take it. That was all me. Very, very skilled. Very gamer move on my part, if I do say so myself, which I will. I will say so myself. Yeah, what else? Who wants what? Come get some. You. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm spending all my magic to just make a lot of noise and kind of ruin the party for everyone. Manifold Assault, sure. I don't know what I am doing. So we could, if we wanted to try and tuck in for the long haul here. Probably Potion Petition, hoping for some magic. Because I'm afraid of having a similar situation to what we just saw, only next time it's going to be a bunch of orcs, all mighted, all surrounding me, and 3 different smites coming down on top of my head. That all spells out a less than ideal circumstance. Let's try it out. See what we get. No magic, that's too bad. Don't need any healing either, so that's rough. Brilliance is not bad, but it's a little late. You know what, we can probably just drink our magic potion if we wanted. I'm hesitant. We should also make a lot of money here, so 1 more Potion Petition. Frig. Gosh darn it. We at least get haste. That's good. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the haste. I just fight my way through this. Mano a mano, hand to hand. Can throw out the occasional, what is that called? Manifold Assault. Or Manas, as it's known and loved. You know what? Yeah, just do it again. Take me back. Could try and like Ambrosia. Get a little bit freaky with it. At least the sorcerer should die relatively easily. They have good evasion, but 31 health. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. So, let's do something a little bit wild here. I'm gonna Ambrosia. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. And it's done. Good enough for me. Take me away. Manifold Assault. Can just fight you buddies the old-fashioned way. You get confused. Shucks. Let's try that again. Confused and then lit on fire. And then just Manifold Assault. Your way to a happy ending. How about that? And who says happy endings aren't possible in this world we live in? Probably me, sometime on another stream if I had to guess. I feel like I'm full of contradictions like that, but I guess that's what makes me not like the other boys. You know, besides just regular showers. But there we go, we kill that son of a gun. That priest is slightly concerning to me, but if you could just not bring your friends into this, honestly, I think it's unfair to them as well as myself for you to constantly bring them into the mix here instead of just, you know, face me on your own, letting me know what you think face to face here.